Reynolds Cycle Technology is a manufacturer of tubing for bicycle frames and other bicycle components based in Birmingham, England, established in 1898. History: the Reynolds Tube Company was founded in 1889 by John Reynolds in Birmingham, England, but traces its origins back to 1841 when John Reynolds set up a company manufacturing nails. In 1897, the company patented the process for making butted tubes, which are thicker at the ends than in the middle. This allowed frame builders to create frames that were both strong and lightweight. Reynolds introduced the double butted tube set 531 in 1934. The Patent Butted Tube Company, Limited, the predecessor of the present company, was spun off from John Reynolds' original company in 1898. In 1923 the Patent Butted Tube Company, Limited changed its name to Reynolds Tube Company, Limited and retained this name up until 1928 when it was acquired by Tube Investments, Limited and became T.I. Reynolds 531 Limited. In 1996 Coyote Sports Incorporated, a privately held company based in Boulder, Colorado acquired T.I. Reynolds 531 Limited, resulting in a name change to Reynolds Cycle Technology Limited. In 2006 the company underwent another name change to Reynolds Technology Limited, reflecting the increasing revenues from diversification into new sectors for tubing outside the cycle industry. When Coyote Sports entered Chapter 11 reorganization, a management buyout resulted in the company returning to its base in the UK. Cycle tubing development. Reynolds has over the years developed a number of steel alloys, most notably Reynolds 531, which has a high strength and can be made into strong, but lightweight tubes for bicycle frames. Before the introduction of more exotic materials such as aluminium, titanium or composites, Reynolds was considered the dominant maker of high-end materials for bicycle frames. According to the company, 27 winners of the Tour de France have won riding on Reynolds tubing. The Raleigh Bicycle Company of Nottingham, England was a big customer for Reynolds 531 tubing used in their racing cycle range. Reynolds 531 has now been largely replaced in new frames by still better steels. The latest, for race or sports frames, is Reynolds 953. Reynolds worked closely with Carpenter Specialty Alloys to develop 953. It started reaching frame builders in 2005. 953 is based on a specially developed maraging steel stainless steel alloy that can achieve a tensile strength in excess of 2000 MPa, giving a good strength-to-weight ratio. Because of the high strength of the steel, extremely thin tube walls can be used, thus reducing the weight. Composites. A U.S. division called Reynolds Composites was created to manufacture composite components. Tubing types. Steel 453, iron/manganese titanium alloy. Reynolds produced only the three main tubes in this alloy and they were single-butted. 500, a chromium molybdenum steel, seamed, plain-gauge tuber set of three main triangle tubes, 500 ATB, mountain, all-terrain, off-road, 500 magnum, same use as ATB. 501. Reynolds 501 was a chromium molybdenum steel, seamed, butted three tubes tuber set that made its debut about 1983 and was available in two different thicknesses. 501 ATB, mountain, all-terrain, off-road, 501 magnum, same use as ATB, 501 SB, single-butted, 501 SL, special lightweight tuber set. K2. Reynolds K2 was a chromium molybdenum steel similar to 501, seamed, butted tuber set, with 8 laterally aligned ribs on the butt section, designed and produced exclusively for Raleigh between about 1993 and 1995. Optima, a chromium molybdenum steel, seamed, butted tuber set designed and produced exclusively for Raleigh from 1995. Similar to 501 but tweaked for TIG welding. 520. Cold-worked chromoly. UTS, 700 to 900 MPa, density 7.78 grams per centimeter 3/8 tube set, 525, cold-worked chromoly. UTS, 700 to 900 MPa, density 7.78 grams per centimeter 3/8 tube set, 525 triathlon, designed for triathlon frame sets. 531, manganese molybdenum. UTS, 700 to 900 mpa, density 7.85 grams per centimeter 3531 ATB, designed for mountain, all-terrain, off-road, 531C, competition racing tuber set. Road racing, track, time trial and cyclocross. Main tubes were 88 double-butted, slightly thinner than Columbus SL, 531 CS, club sport. Double-butted 531 main tubes, 501 forks and stays. 531 Magnum, oversize, heavy-gauge tuber set for use in ATBs. 531 OS, oversized tuber set, 531 Professional, superseded 531 SL, for road racing and time trials. Comprises 531 lightweight main tubes and rear stays. 531 SL, special lightweight tuber set, comprising 531 main tubes drawn thinner than standard 531. Latterly named 531 Pro, 531 Speed Stream, 531 SL oval-shaped aerodynamic tube, 531st, special touring tuber set, 531 Super Tourist, superseded street. 531 DS Designer Select Tubing. Alternative 531 tubes with differing gauges and profiles were available to the specialist builder. 631, seamless air hardened. UTS, 800 to 900 mpa, density 7.78 grams per centimeter 3631 OS, oversized tuber set. 653, was a mixed tuber set which superseded 531 professional and combined tubings of different steels. Steering tube and fork 802 newtons per millimeter 2, top, down and seat tube 925 newtons per millimeter 2 and rear triangle 1315 newtons per millimeter 2. 708-708 was a tube set in Reynolds range in the 1980s. It has main tubes with special section. These were not butted, but had 8 flats running along the length of the tube. The rear stays would be 753. 725, heat-treated chromoly, the same basic alloy as Reynolds 520, but with characteristics like 753. UTS, 1080 to 1280 mpa, density 7.78 grams per centimeter 3725 OS, oversized tuber set. 731, needs information, 731 OS, oversized tuber set introduced in 1992. Double-butted oversized tubes with laterally aligned stiffening ribs on the butt sections to maximize stiffness and torsional rigidity. Tuber set, strength steering tube and fork 802 newtons per millimeter 2, top, down and seat tube 925 newtons per millimeter 2 and rear triangle 1315 newtons per millimeter 2. 753, heat-treated manganese molybdenum. The most exclusive tube set from Reynolds. Essentially 531 made with reduced wall thickness and heat-treated to increase tensile strength. UTS, 1080 to 1280 per complete tube set of 11 tubes. 753 can only be lugged and fillet brazed with an alloy of 56% silver below 700 degrees Celsius, and sale is restricted only to approved builders certified by Reynolds. 753 ATB, mountain, all-terrain, off-road, 753R, road tuber set, 753T, track tuber set, thinner tubes for track use, 753 OS, oversized tuber set. 853, seamless air hardening heat-treated. UTS, 1250 to 1400 mpa, density 7.78 grams per centimeter 3853 OS, oversized tuber set. 921, cold work stainless steel, 931, precipitation hardening stainless steel. Tubing introduced in 2012. Can be used with 953 to reduce overall frame costs. 953, maraging stainless steel. Introduced in 2005. UTS, 1750 to 2015 per, density 7.8 grams per centimeter 3. Equals aluminium equals 7005, Al-Zn alloy. UTS 400 mpa, density 2.78 grams per centimeter 3, 6061, Al-CMG alloy. UTS 325 mpa, density 2.70 grams per centimeter 3, X100, Al-Li alloy. UTS 550 to 600 mpa, density 2.65 grams per centimeter 3. Equals titanium equals 6L4V, seamless ELI grade. UTS 900 to 1150 mpa, density 4.42 grams per centimeter 3, 3L2.5B, seamless. UTS 810 to 960 mpa, density 4.48 grams per centimeter 3, CP2, supplied to Raleigh during the 1990s. Equals magnesium equals MZM electron, magnesium alloy. UTS 300 mpa, density 1.80 grams per centimeter 3. See also, Columbus tubing. References. External links, Reynolds website, Reynolds Composites.